Welcome back to Athletic Everyday, day number 240. Started out today's session with some tempo runs for some conditioning, and I don't really do much running at the moment, so it's always good to work on running, not necessarily at sprinting speed because that is a very high stimulus movement, and it's kind of like a lower intensity way to work on your running gait cycle, I guess you could say. Conditioning from the hamstrings to a certain extent, and I always feel really good after doing, I feel great after doing sprints as well, but doing sort of slower tempo runs also feels really good. Breathing hard, and it's a great way to warm up. I wasn't actually planning on doing jumps today, but I saw the boxes lined up here and I was like, I can easily do a standing box jump on 48 inches because I've done 50 inches in the past. Then I was like, well, let's see how high I can do for a full approach jump on the boxes. So all three of these boxes here, I didn't actually measure them, but you can tell by the size of them, they're 24 and then the 12. You can tell that one of these boxes is half the size of the other one. So conservatively, this is probably about 60 inches, 5 feet tall, and I probably managed to get 2 or 3 jumps. One of them was a little bit questionable because I sort of touched the box with my hands before jumping onto it, but pretty happy with that. That's equal to the highest box jump I've ever done in the past, so really good there. Then I decided that I was going to do a different pull-up bar for my pull-ups today. So the grip on this bar is actually a lot nicer than the one over on the other side of the gym because it's got kind of like a knurling metal handle, a bit like a barbell, a little bit thicker than a barbell, and it also has this V-bar, like middle V-bar attachment, which is kind of like curling with an easy bar. So you can get kind of like a cross between a neutral grip and a supinated grip. I don't know if you guys ever tried this sort of grip for pull-ups before, but I really like it. I feel like I get a lot more bicep activation. And very strangely, I found that my chest was actually being utilized quite a lot in these pull-ups. I don't know why, and I don't know if any of you are watching this who've experienced this, but from doing heavy pull-ups or like weighted pull-ups and you do like decently high reps or decently high volume, you feel like maybe your sort of mid to upper chest is being activated. I don't know. I know that the chest does play a small role, like the pecs do play a small role in stabilizing the arms throughout the pulling movement. And I think it's definitely more a narrow grip pull-ups that the chest gets activated more. Sort of this chin grip, like very narrow, supinated / neutral grip, you get potentially a bit more chest activation. But when I was going into the dips, I was like, damn, I haven't even done my dips yet and my chest is already feeling activated. So 3 sets of 5 with 35 kilos, top set. Decently heavy. I've done heavier before. I think my top 5 RM for, I guess it's a supinated grip. I don't know if I've ever like maxed out on this particular grip before, but yeah, my heaviest ever was 40 kilos for 5 reps. So 3 sets of 5 isn't too bad. I'm not a million miles away from where the heaviest I've ever been. So it'd be interesting to see, given a few more weeks of this training cycle, how heavy I'll be able to do for 1 RM on pull-up, and the same thing with the dips as well. So on the warm-up for the dips, I like to go quite high rep with just body weight, see how many I can do. 21 reps is, I probably could have done a lot more than 21. If I wanted to like max out with just body weight, I could probably do quite a few more, but it's just nice to warm up, get quite a lot of reps in, get some blood pumping into all the working muscles. And something I struggle with weighted dips is the torso angle. I've never had a problem with depth. I've got quite mobile shoulders. I'm able to get into that range of shoulder. Is this shoulder flexion? Shoulder extension? I always get them confused. This is shoulder flexion. I've never had a problem with getting into the range of shoulder flexion into the bottom position, but what I have struggled with is maintaining a more horizontal torso angle so that I can get a bit more chest activation, as opposed to always, as I push out of the hole, trying to go completely vertical with my chest. You'll see this on the reps when I'm sort of struggling a little bit. As I try and rely a little bit more on that stretch reflex, pushing out of the bottom of the dips, my torso will sort of go very, very vertical, and I'll like lift my chin and my head just so that I can put more load through my triceps, and maybe not put as much load through the chest. But it is what it is. So top set, 40 kilos, 5 reps, 3 sets of 5. And then I decided that I would drop the weight down to 24 kilos and then see how heavy I could do for that, for how many reps. It's quite a nice way to do this, actually. This is quite a nice way to get a very, very good amount of stimulating volume in with like 4 sets. So you do 3 sets of 5 with a pretty decently heavy weight, the heaviest weight that you can do 5 with. And then you drop the weight and you just go as heavy as you can for however many reps you can do. Do like an AMRAP with like maybe half of that weight or even less. See how much you can do. All right, though. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next video.